Hi everyone, this is Farmer Drew here in the seedling trial room at Harris Seeds, and we have successfully started our seeds. Now it is time to cover the major environmental conditions and how to manage those environmental conditions to grow the best seedlings we possibly can indoors. So the 4 major environmental conditions I'm going to cover today are temperature, humidity, light, and airflow. The most important of the 4 is temperature. So just like in nature, seeds can adjust for different levels of humidity, varying levels of light, and different levels of airflow, but it's the right temperature range that initiates all the biological responses to then initiate germination. When managing humidity indoors, it's important to keep a couple things in mind. For germination, the humidity needs to be high. Using a humidity dome can be very helpful with that. Once you notice the first seeds germinating, take off the humidity dome to get fresh air and to avoid any fungal pathogens. For your seedlings, a good humidity range is between 35 and 60%, with an ideal range between 45 and 55%. So a grower can use either a humidifier or dehumidifier in the room, or keeping the area around it moist by watering and spraying with a water bottle. For temperature, 60 to 75 degrees is the right range for your seedlings. To monitor that, we're using a simple digital thermometer that tells us humidity and temperature. We're at 36% humidity and 79 degrees. So a little bit outside the ranges, but that should be perfectly fine. The next important environmental factor to consider is supplemental lighting. We're using T5 fluorescent grow lights. I started the grow lights 6 inches above the tray once the seeds started to germinate. It's been 4 weeks, and since then I've raised it another 2 inches to accommodate the growth of the plant. It's important to keep the light at least 6 inches above the plant, so not to let the plant touch or get close to the lights, as it may burn the leaves. Let's talk about how to keep your trays watered. For trays under a humidity dome, it's important to keep the potting mix saturated and humidity high. So just using a spray bottle to mist every other day will suffice. For young seedlings, top watering is great using a watering can, using a spray bottle, or using a fine spray nozzle from a backpack sprayer. But for established seedlings, bottom watering is preferred. Bottom watering works when you have a bottom tray that can work as a trough, putting water into the tray, only adding it to the very bottom of the containers, and then letting the roots soak up the water from underneath. This can help mitigate any transfer of fungal or bacterial pathogens. Let's cover the final environmental condition, which is airflow. So airflow is important for seedlings to strengthen them and fight off pathogens that thrive in stagnant air. So it's important to set up fans in your seedling room. Do not set them up too close to the seedlings or it will damage them, far enough away to be effective. In our seedling room, we have our fans facing this way, but also this way. We have our fans set up on timers to save energy. That's it for the environmental condition management, and stay tuned for the next video about potting up your seedlings into larger containers. For everyone at Harris Seeds, happy planting.